guys have you coached over the years that can do as many things as Marek's been able to do this year and all these years?
You know, he's good at the four. It's good to have a versatile guy there. We've had a few guys that can do some of those things, but he's really versatile player. Plays center, plays forward. He handles the ball, takes it out. He's a huge key to what we do.
Syracuse, they're back. Welcome to the Syracuse Basketball Podcast. Bobby Manning, Matt Gutierrez. Been a minute. Welcome
Been
back.
a while. Appreciate it. Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
As well. We've seen them in Virginia Tech. We've seen them at Notre Dame, and now number 2, second win at the Carrier Dome this year, where I feel like they haven't played as well. They weren't great in this game either, but man, you see the importance of Marek Dolezaj, who has been that X factor for 3 years going now. But now we're seeing touch around the rim. We're seeing him use contact. We're seeing him score double figures almost every game. I mean, he's just putting it together on the offensive end to the point where Elijah hits no threes in this game. Joe Girard has one, as Boeheim pointed out. I don't think they win this game without what Dolezaj did.
Absolutely not. His growth has been fun to watch. I think as a junior, you want a guy who's played as much as he has to, by their junior year, be performing at a high level and see that growth. He works his tail off, hundreds of shots a day, working out a lot. He's only about 185, 190 weight-wise, but he anticipates, he rebounds. Like you said, he passes. He has great touch, great feel for the game, probably the best feel for the game on the team, him or Elijah probably. And just a really nice player. He's defending a little bit better. His emergence at the Sweet 16 during that run was huge, and it is becoming huge now, especially as teams key on E, Buddy, Girard. Marek is always open in the 15-foot range.
The only thing that's been missing is that three-point shot. He's largely eliminated this year.
Yeah,
the free throws,
there.
too, haven't been there. But everything else, the passing, that play, when Pittsburgh is pressing, they had gotten a couple steals out of the press, and he just sends Elijah deep, hits him all the way over the press, and that ended up being the game. The bigger one, though, was the offensive rebound, where he timed the miss by Elijah, got in there and flipped it back in. They were only up 3 at the time with about
2 or 3, yep.
120, 140 left, yep. So those 2 plays pretty much swung this game in Syracuse's favor. Because Pittsburgh had buckets or points on 9 straight possessions going down the stretch.
The Syracuse defense almost faltered, but we've seen during this recent 5-game win streak, in the tight games, hold on. If they win Tuesday night at Clemson, no easy task. Clemson's going to be a tough game, especially on the road. But if they do win that game, it'll be their first 6-game winning streak in ACC play since the 13-14 25-0 start. That's 6 years ago.
Imagine that. We were digging this team's grave probably last time you were on this show.
Yep.
And now they win at Clemson. They have a huge one against Duke next weekend. Could we be looking at a ranked team?
I think it's a ranked team. If they beat Clemson, they beat Duke at home. Absolutely. I think they sneak into 22-25 range for sure.
Unbelievable.
Because there's been so much movement, to Syracuse's credit, but there's also been a ton of movement in the top 25. I mean, every team is just hopping in and out.
And there's been so many factors in this. Buddy averaging over 20 points a game over this recent stretch.
He's one of the best scorers in the Atlantic Coast Conference, and he's a sophomore.
You've been getting that Elijah performance up until today, probably. This was probably his roughest game of the year.
Roughest game. They were all over him.
And then you've been getting that, tertiary impact from...
Nice word. Yep. It's a great word.
From Marek Dolezaj.
Spot on for him. I might use that in a story.
It's crucial, honestly. Like, this guy, he's my favorite player on this team because he just does a little bit of everything. He had a steal in the passing lane, a block. He fills every stat sheet. And, it was the crucial key. Barama picks up the 4th foul, and Marek's able to play the last 10 minutes at center. And he's been doing that lately.
He's great. He's so versatile. And Coach Adrian Autry, the assistant, former stud, former 4-year starter here. He's been around for a while, since 2011. He noticed Marek is just a matchup nightmare. What is he, 6'10", 6'11". He's thin, but he's strong. He's pretty mobile. And to your point, bigger guys have a little trouble with him because he can kind of slither, would be the word I would use. Slither, not really sneak, but slither, using that mobileness. And guards, he can back down. He can overpower in many ways. So him, Quincy, even Buddy, Elijah, these guys are big for their positions and they present problems.
And you've seen that from him going at a wing in this game to get to the free throw line, using his body on the bigger guys to get there as well. I'm just so excited to see where this guy can go in his senior year, maybe in the professionals in the future. I don't know about NBA, but you could see this guy playing overseas.
Definitely would, I spoke with him, that is his goal. Yep, playing overseas in Europe. I think he realizes the NBA is not realistic. It's not. Elijah Hughes is the NBA player on this team, and the only one as of right now. Quincy could probably develop into one if he grows. But yeah, Marek would make a ton of money, to your point, overseas. He's a player for sure for a long time.
So Syracuse, you heard it from him, 5 straight wins. They're 4th in the ACC. We'll see what happens with Virginia Tech today. And they have some big ones against Clemson and Duke this week. They're back. How far will they go? Can they sneak into the March race again? They've already done quite a bit of that work with 3 quartile wins. And another one here, quality win against Pittsburgh.
Quick question,
Manning, Mac Gutierrez, one more question?
One more question before we sign off. Clemson, Duke, do you think they take those 2 games the way they're playing?
Clemson, yes. Duke, no.
No.
They're too big, too much talent.
Okay. So you go 6-1 over the last 7. Pretty good.
Pretty good. Better than what we expected this time of year. We'll see you next time on the Syracuse Basketball Podcast.